Peace and blessings, everybody. This is Rev Dele. I'm a grandmother, elder, permaculture professor, and Christian mystic, and I speak to women leaders and environmentalists about activating that divine feminine in nature so that you can peel off the anxiety and lead with inner peace. You have tuned into Becoming Earthwise, where environmentalists, earth keepers, liberators, and leaders of all types have gathered to discuss the next dimension of living with Earth. I am so glad you're here.
We have shared our poetry and prose because artists have always been at the forefront of social change. Change is going to come through our song and through our dance, through our music, and through all of the creative expressions. When the forces that come against us arise, we face them with wonder, dreams, and vision. If you're inspired by this rendition of Becoming Earthwise, why don't you contribute? You can join the channel on YouTube, and within the description, there are links so that you can contribute once, you can contribute monthly, you can contribute as your heart's desire. All is given in love. We love you and we receive your love. Thank you. So today we're going to continue with these layers of social justice. And we're going to just dig a little bit deeper. In the beginning, wisdom guided God in the formation of earth, and wisdom was in communion with humankind. There was intimate knowledge of one another, communication, and respectful interactions. Edges were recognized and they were joyfully observed. Joyfully, we engaged diversity, and diversity was preserved. There were no monocultures of the mind in the beginning. And therefore, there was no abuse, no manipulation, no forcing one species to perform unnatural ways. Nature is just not an object to be gazed at, something to be manipulated. Nature is a being with a destiny. Nature is to be honored and related to on her own terms. Mother Nature must be seated at the table of our beloved community, not as a table decoration, but as a voice to be heard and principles to be followed. Now just think of this. If you can unseat your mother from her rightful place and not even recognize that she's gone, what other atrocities do you become capable of? That's for all of us. Our ability to be a sustainable human race is predicated on our ability to balance our mental and emotional selves within the context of nature, not above nature. Caring for creation is a blueprint for community care. Creation care is a precursor for justice in the human society. In order to rectify any injustice, be it economic, racial, or environmental, we must first rectify our relationship to God's creation. When nature is not part of the justice culture, guess what happens? We find activists always on fire and burning themselves all the way out. So what can we do? We can balance our fiery addictions with the coolness of earth. We can receive refreshment of water. And only within the full embrace of creation can the human body, mind, and emotions be renewed, be refreshed, and be fully restored. So I'm talking to you, justice folks. What we call justice in human society is first called balance in nature. Nature is the epitome of balance. She is a 24-hour display of harmonic movements. Solar activity is a movement. The jet stream that blankets our planet is a movement. The tides that move in the ocean and the tides that move in our emotions are a movement. Vegetation, whether it feeds our body or feeds the beauty of our souls, vegetation expands and contracts in seasonal movements. Biodiversity flourishes within innate balancing acts. That is the core understanding of justice. Places human activity within a template of natural law. I'm going to say that again. Our core understanding of justice places human activity within a template of natural law, rather than limiting justice to human rules that are very often broken. What do you have to say about that, Mama Nyame?
Ooh, a ton of things, but I think you hit the nail right on the head. You know, we look for justice and we come with anger. You know, we look for justice and we demonstrate the reflection of those that we seek justice from. And if you don't come with peace, you can't hope to leave the table and make peace. So I appreciate everything that you've said. And what I will add to that is we are mothers, daughters, birthers, dream weavers, and crafters of reality. Therefore, love shall prevail. Let the sacredness of life and the power of love always create a ceremony of joy in your heart. Let us demonstrate for love by demonstrating love. Can we speak to each other's heart in the silence of reality? See the sounds of creation in each other's eyes. Feel the light of the sun as it nourishes life, and taste the movement of creation with our breath. Life is a symphony of infinite notes and chords, always vibrating, moving, and changing. See and feel the music of your own being, and remember both the composer and the orchestrator are love. We have only to watch the intelligence of nature to see the internal connectedness of the tapestry of life. We must love balance and a higher reality so thoroughly that we create them with every breath, every thought, every word, and every action. There is no definition of love because it is the substance of life. Darkness births the light, and the light gives way to the darkness in an endless cycle of love. The wind whispers on its own. The waters flow unbeckoned. The earth yields and nourishes life of every kind continually. The fire purifies because it's nature to do so. All orchestrated by the unfathomable hand of love. When we realize the degree to which we create our own reality, perhaps we will choose to make our life a wonderful work of art. Let the threads of love and integrity be woven through the entire tapestry that is you. a woman.